Good evening, everyone. It is the day after another draw. Apparently, I'm the only one that wanted to show up for this one today. German Dave. I don't know if he's alive. I guess when Germans get sick, they just get really sick. It's not a good thing. Dash, who knows? Everyone's dropping off like flies around here, man. So in light of all that, and I still don't have all my voice back myself. So we're gonna hold this together, guys. It is the call-in show, so that's fine. It doesn't have to be just me tonight. It can be you guys as well. I'm gonna share the link here in just a couple minutes. But first and foremost, please hit the like, subscribe button, the bell, all that jazz. Get down into the socials. You can see it there on the border. X is the Dive YT. The Dive Sports on Instagram. We're on Spotify as well, of course, and Discord. Do it all, whichever you prefer, or all of them. I like them all. Whatever, whichever. And LJJ coming in nice and early. Hello, Dave. Hello, LJJ. How's it going? How are people doing tonight? It was another rough one. Another rough one. Just like my voice. Rough like my voice. Man, I just kind of beside myself. I was honestly hoping to have the other guys around because, of course, on the live, I ramble on for a couple hours, 2.5 hours or so. That's fine. What do you guys feel? LJJ is sad. I mean, all kinds of emotions, really, from angry, pissed off, sad in this case here. I'm almost beyond words. I have to make words up, obviously, because of what I'm doing here. but it's a little difficult as of late to kind of string some sentences together to try to, not be a complete negative Nancy about the whole situation, right? Because it's not great. It's not the worst. It could be Roma. We've been saying it could be Roma. Man City losing to Man United today. Man, things could be worse. They absolutely can, but are they great or even good right now? I don't know. What's the measuring stick? Obviously, another rebuild year. Lots of new players, guys coming back from injury. And that's actually that's something we need to talk about as well. I'm going to get the link in here. Please, everyone who is able, you don't need to show your video whatsoever. It can just be straight audio. Here's the link. Lines are open. Douglas Luiz coming on and seemingly doing better in that 10 position than Coop. So, you know what? I just noticed my camera's a little. There we go. My camera's a little fuzzy. Fix that up. Just because I feel crappy doesn't mean I need to look crappy. Okay, so yeah, there's the link. If you're able to come on in, so I don't monologue tonight. Do need a little bit of help. So the lines are open. But that's gonna be the discussion point I want tonight is the Dougie Luiz. I've been screaming about it personally. I feel personally afflicted by the fact that Mata has not made these tactical changes. And I mean, I'm no expert. I'm not the coach. I didn't go to Coverciano. Didn't write the test, any of this crap, right? Like, I'm just a fan that's watching it week in, week out, and noticing the trends. And I know you guys are noticing it too. Social media has finally picked up on it. The honeymoon phase is over with Mata. It's 100% over. We are just about halfway through the season. A couple weeks out from that. There's a lot to judge so far. There's a lot of evidence on the table. Vlad saying, not gonna lie, this whole situation just feels hilarious to me. Does not mean we have entered the Banta era. Or, excuse me, sorry. Does that mean we have entered the banter era? The question. I don't. That's hard to answer currently. Sitting in 6th. I mean, we're still in the Champions League. I think it's a little too early to call as a banter era. Because an era is a long period of time, right? I don't want a few months to turn into an era. An era typically, in this sense, in the footy sense, should at least be a couple of seasons. Now, there's bantering to be had, of course, especially what happened with Allegri and the finances and the lawsuits, the multiple lawsuits, all of that. Sure, there's banter to be had, but is it a banter era? I feel like it's not quite there yet, personally. But of course, everyone has their own opinion. I'm interested. What do you think, Vlad? What does everyone else think? Is it a banter era? Vlaho Drughi beef just feels like icing on the cake. Yeah, and we do have to get into that as well. So first off, let's get rid of the boring stuff. We'll quickly look over the stats just to see kind of how the game looked. Quick recap. As you can see here, the momentum was very heavily in Juve's favor. This is where my brain kind of turns into knots a little bit, because when we do the opposite, like against Man City, we do well. Now, I know you're playing Venezia. They're going to sit back. They're not going to come out and attack. They did a couple times, especially here at 30th minute. They did. I mean, look where their 2 goals are. Just little blips out of nowhere, right? Both of them out of nowhere, little blips. This is where they should have got a goal, if anywhere. But look how many times we peaked. How many different times we were close to scoring. Like look at that. That was so close. I think that was Vlahovic. Just, this is where it gets very frustrating, right? When you see these numbers, when you see 69% possession, XG of 2.2, total shots 12, 2 big chances, 0 of them missed. We converted 620 passes at 91%. 7 corners. You know, like, these are good numbers. And yet, we tie 2-2. I mean, we had a great defense. Sometimes we have a great defense. But a great defense on Wednesday. And then Venezia scores 2. Now, go into some of the discussion in the Discord. I saw some blame going towards Danilo. I don't know if it was really his fault, per se. Like, individually, a lot of points to that game, and a lot of times throughout the game, the whole team looked good, including Danilo. But then you have those couple of moments that just blips in time. They just fall asleep, and they let a 20th place team just snatch a couple in the second half. When you are up 1-0, got a second one called back on Yildiz, and could have easily gotten multiple other ones. Why? What is it there that allows that to happen with this team? Oh man. Who's blaming Danilo so I can challenge him to a duel? You're in the Discord. I don't know if it was outright blame, some more as alluding to the fact that a certain individual seems to be on the pitch when things like this happen. And you know there's Danilo haters. He's had his moments, a lot of moments this season, negative ones. So of course there's people out there that's gonna go against him. Jeff says in 20 minutes. Hopefully my voice holds up, because she's already cracking, man. Okay, Dougie's performance. Let's talk about Dougie's performance. And let me bring up Dougie himself. So gets a 6.1, came on the 66th minute. One shot, that bicycle kick, 22 for 25 passes. What else? 1-for-1 long ball, 1 tackle, quarter of his ground duels. It was more so his creativity. The numbers, I mean, he played for 24 minutes. What do you really want the numbers to show? He was involved when he got on the pitch. That's the important thing. Involved and creative. That cute little chip pass. He's finding outlets. He was better than Coop, and this is why I want to talk about this. He was better than Coop in that number 10 position. I didn't believe Mata would actually make that swap. I expected something else. He ended up throwing everyone on and just like throwing just I don't even know what the formation turned into at the end. It was like a 119 or something, just threw everyone up there. Oh man. But Dougie was great. Dougie was great for the few minutes he played. It's good to see him actually playing, as well as Nico for that matter. Nico had when did he come on? He didn't have much. 86th minute. Yeah, and that's kind of what I expected. Play for 5 minutes or so, which is fine. Dougie getting 24 minutes, getting back into health. This is positive. But the fact that he's been away from the game for so long, injured, and he can come in and put some sort of positive effect on the match. Now, before his injury, he had a couple of, important handball giveaways, goals against. That I think that kind of ruined him. He's had a lot of time to think about that, to move on from that, get healthy, and man, I hope he comes out and cooks, because Coop needs to move back in this lineup. He can't be our number. He just, outside of just the pure physicality and relentlessness, he doesn't have the technical abilities to slot in there. And when you have Nico Gonzalez fully fit, you have Chico. I do want to see. This is what I honestly want to see. I wouldn't mind Yildiz in the 10. Yildiz or Dougie Luiz in the 10 role. You have Nico left. You have Chico right wing. Obviously, Vlahovic up top. And then you can have something like a Locatelli and Coop Miners pivot. I don't know if that's just crazy talk or not. No, I need to catch up on some of the chat here. So, guys, we can't beat the blow block, and I'm not sure we will ever be able to. It's been years. Where's German Dave and Dash? Done. They're done. They're finished. Vlad's watching NFL. Yeah, it's the hold on, my voice is cracking. Let me have a sip. Steelers and Eagles happening right now. Yeah. What is the score? 17-10 for the Eagles. There you go. Quarter 2. All right. Gio, how's it going? He's got a show tonight at 8:15 Eastern. So if you're not going to bed like this old man at that time, then go ahead, join in Gio. I caught a bit of his show last night as well. His post game. Yeah, I mean, more frustration just from everyone. Everyone's frustrated. Oscar saying, yeah, just an eye test of the first 20 minutes of Dougie. Yeah, and that's the thing. It is just a few minutes. Jo says, I've been saying this, but we have been using Coop in the wrong position. Yeah, well, I think there's been a few of us, and more and more so now. Because now Coop isn't playing injured. He isn't playing sick. There's a bit of depth where he can be substituted out, right? So I think there's enough evidence to make that judgment at this point. Do we not have enough evidence? I think so. Guys, of course, links in the chat if you want to join in. Jeff said he's going to join in a little bit. There is the link, so just copy that in and hop on in. What do you want me to show you? What am I showing you, Oscar? It says show us, Dave. I don't know. No, not me. Dave and Dash are watching NFL. Yeah, the other two probably are. If they're not just passed out. Or did he want us to show you the scores? I'm confused. Anyways, yeah, he would fit more in the pivot with Loki. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Absolutely, absolutely. Yield is at the 10, or Dougie as the 10. We even have an Adrich. Sorry. That of course we don't rely on, but could. Bangula on the wings as well. Yeah, you also have that. But we have Nico back as well, right? So even if it's like put Nico on next time at the 60th minute, 60 to 70th minute, right? Get a few more minutes, kind of like Dougie this time. Then after that, okay, start him, try starting him, and then substitute him at maybe the 60th minute. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Dougie has the 10 as well. At least you got some options, right? Because we have midfield options at this point. Because we have Thuram and McKennie as well that can swap out for Locatelli and Coop, as well as Fajoli. So why are we playing people out of position? Dougie is a more advanced midfielder. Coop is typically a number 8. He chose the number 8. He's a number 8. I know who gets back into that question, what's in a number. But like in this case, you have Vlahovic who plays as the 9, and he's kind of the 9, just right like Chico plays as a 7. Nico is an 11. Coop should be an 8. Yildiz should be a 10. Gatti is a 4. You know, like so these numbers make sense. Bremer's a 3. Like generally speaking, these players have the number of their position. It's just Coop is not in his position. Oh man. I think that right there changes a lot of different things. Of course, Vlahovic. I'm not even upset with Vlahovic's performance yesterday. We'll get into after the match. But the fact that he was physically able to break through on a few different occasions, that massive bus stop of the Valencia defense, midfield, and attack essentially was all in that one congested bus stop. He broke through. And that's pretty hard to do. And I mean, after breaking through and still getting pressure, it's hard to get on the end of these balls. But he tried, he held up, he passed back some, a couple sloppy passes, but a couple good ones. He did all right yesterday. It was frustrating. And I can see why he would have been frustrated. Because I think he honestly did put a lot into that game yesterday. It's hilarious how Coop has the same amount of goals and assists at this point of the season as Rabiot at the same point last season. Oh man. Oh man. What is it? Like 1 goal, 2 assists? What's he at? Check him out here. 1 goal, 2 assists. 895 minutes played, 7.08 rating. Yeah, he's very Rabiot-ish in a sense in terms of his performance. Oh man. Yeah, but Thuram, who's actually his replacement, does have better numbers and is cheaper. Based on the numbers on the back, we can guess the positions. Yeah, like a lot of them should just slotted what their number is. Straight up. Well, yeah, like a 22. I like that, right? The 11 is usually one of the wingers. Okay, well, he's the second 11, so he's the 22. That's how when I make my my FIFA team, FC team, whatever, I do that. I actually just put them in their like natural positions, more or less, because I mean, a 4-3-3, which is what I always play in those games, doesn't exactly fit up. But then I add 11 for their backup, and that's usually I typically only have 22 outfield players and a couple goalkeepers. I know that's an ideal world. That's a video game, right? But these numbers have a traditional position assigned to them, right? That says, I don't think Coop's playing in the wrong position. After all, he played as trequartista last season. Atalanta is so systematic as well, though. And clearly, the system is not the same, and it's not working the same. And that's not to say, like, Coop can play that position. He is playing the position. We just have people that can play that position more naturally. And I feel that the 8 role is more natural for Coop. You know, can Yildiz play as an 8? He probably could. Should he? No. He should play as a 10, and Coop should play as an 8. That's just my opinion, man. I don't know. I think that's the way she should be rolling right now. All right, that's a long 5 minutes, Jeff. My voice is cracking. Gotta save me for myself. You appreciate it. And anybody can join in. Obviously, it's the call-in show. It's the whole point. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Get into the socials, all that jazz. Okay, I need to pull up some of this Vlahovic stuff. It's just, why do we keep talking about this? It's been a while, and it's different. It's worse this time, honestly. Oh, why is it playing through my speaker? Jesus Christ. Sorry, guys. Had my speakers on. Rookie move. Okay, I'll bring this up. This is from Twitter. So I have the sound off, of course. It's just the anthem. But you can see here clearly that the Drughi is having some words with Vlahovic there. Danilo's talking to him as well at this time. Probably telling him to shut up or something. But they did all stand there and face the ultras, the Kurva. It's just what it's what Vlahovic said in the exchange. I'll bring that up in English. Sorry. Just have to pull that up. Okay, and I should also, yeah, I saw this. Oh, man. Their Instagram post. Okay, I guess I can get back to that, what they said afterwards. So this report said, we don't know what came out of Vlahovic's mouth, but we saw that he was gesturing animatedly towards the fans. At that point, an insulting chant from the Kurva started against Vlahovic, who moved away. While he was going to the locker room, the chant started. Oh, I just saw the screen go black. That's just the Twitter. He raised his thumb as to say, good job, good job. So there is certainly a lot of tension for the last draw that came at the end of the game against a club that only got 2 points when playing away. Anyways, how's it going?
Nothing much. I was watching a little bit of the Bucks game, but it's halftime now. But I don't know what to say, dude. I had a feeling about this, and you know what irritates me, Dave? It's like we just stopped one of the best strikers in the world, arguably one of the best strikers in the world.
Not according to Dal.
I don't care. No, he's good. Honestly, like Holland compared to Vlahovic is a completely different league. But it doesn't matter. That's not the point. Point is we stop him. Gatti and Danilo had like a great performance on Wednesday. All in all, to fuck it all up on Saturday and get scored on by an ice fisherman. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Oh man, Gatti's header own goal. I don't know. That's just bullshit luck. Bad luck.
No, it's just being.
It was kind of dumb. Yeah,
you have to focus. Like my thing is, I think this problem goes down is like the lack of focus. Like you have to be ready for every game. You got to treat it with like similar energies. I'm not saying you got to be with the same energy with every game, but you got to put some kind of intensity to the point where you're not getting scored on. Another thing that I noticed is identity. We lack identity. What do you want us to be? Do you want us to be a goal scoring machine, or you want us to defend and win 1-0, 2-0 tops, which is fine with me. Either or I'm okay with, but pick a damn thing and just stick with it. I don't care as long as it's effective. Like, this is stupid. You should not be getting scored on by Venezia 2-0. If you can stop Holland, if you can stop Man City, even if they're not in a really good form, I get it. I understand they're not in a good form. Still, a crap Man City will slaughter fucking Valencia. Sorry. Like, you can't. This is no excuse. This is pathetic. Like, you cannot do that. Come on, guys. Pick it up.
Yeah, I can tell from your comments yesterday in the chat you weren't too thrilled with what happened.
No, I was not happy at all. And I'm not happy because why we're complacent with 1-0, like 1-0. How are you going to be complacent? Like, that is like the most dangerous thing you can do in a game.
But the thing is, they weren't though. They were attacking. They were looking good. It's just there was two blips that they just fell asleep for a second and just didn't.
No, that's the thing. You got to continue attacking until you get the second goal. I mean, I understand the.
One got pulled back, but yes, they were. That's the thing. Like, you look at the momentum chart, they were going forward. It was a horrible low block, and that was for me what was so frustrating is because they were looking good at so many moments throughout the game, and then in a couple more moments, they just completely look like a bunch of clowns.
No, this is it. I think personally, for me, I think we should just stick. We should become the low block team and then attack when we need to attack. I think we're better off counter-attacking than trying to keep possession because they're going to do the same. Or play with a 4-3-3, have Coop Miners play as the 8 role. I heard you say that earlier, which is fine. I agree with that. Or Dusan needs to step up his shooting boots and start scoring every chance he gets. That's it. Like, because even with him, I'm not too pleased with him. Like, he's been better. He was better in the second half of last game, but there's times where I feel like he can net a lot of the chances in, and he doesn't do that. And then on top
he misses. Of that, it's the sitters. He doesn't get the sitter.
Like, you have to make those, dude. Like, if we're going to be a goal-scoring team, we have to make those opportunities count. Yeah. Otherwise, we got to shut the hell up, defend well, counterattack, and score 1 or 2 goals, and then get the 3 points and not dick around. To me, it was like we had the 3 points at our like palm of our hands, and then we just dicked around. That's it. Like, I was not happy with that. I think it's a focus problem. Like, they just weren't focused. I think it was like a complacency thing more than it was like, out of incompetence. It's incompetence as well, but complacency is my problem.
More so that. I'm just looking too at the score sheet. Dusan got a yellow card at the 96th minute. Did he take his shirt off, or what did he do?
Probably was like talking shit. I thought he was talking to the defender more than he was talking to the fans. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, he was talking to the fans. That's what we were talking, or what I was talking about just before you came in here. So we'll get back to that in a bit. But yeah, I mean, we all shut down our TVs at that point, right? So
I didn't care, dude. It's just I was watching the game, but I'm like, okay, what is this? Like, create a chance. Like, we're only playing good when we're behind. Like, that's it. We're only good when we play behind.
Yeah, I don't know, but I still feel that we were playing overall a very positive game.
I mean, what do you consider positive? Because that's the thing, is that if we hold possession and then we pass it well.
No, but we were even making chances. We were even converting on chances. We were breaking down the low block. And it wasn't great because it's still low block. There wasn't a lot of clear out and out chances, but we were breaking it down and continuously knocking on the door. That's what I like. Like, we were out there playing. It wasn't the most beautiful thing ever.
No, I don't care about that. Yeah, that's fine.
But when you play the low block, that's what you got to do. So I was happy. I felt confident going in the second. I thought it was going to open up, and it almost did. But then that goal got taken away, and then we just got sloppy. And that's what I'm saying. It was a good game. If you take those 2 moments in time out of it, I think it would have been a 3-0 game. And
No, I
I
would
don't know.
have agreed. I mean, yeah, but it's like if they're gonna play the low block, sometimes let them have the ball. Let them have it. Like let them have it. Let them
Yeah,
play around and screw up. Let them have it. Sometimes it's not always we gotta have the ball at all costs.
I agree.
Sometimes
It's hard with a team like Venezia because they are just so negative, right? So you sometimes just have to like kick the ball towards them, like here, like play with it for a second, because they were bad. They had horrible possession. They had horrible passing.
exactly. Like they'll screw up and we counterattack. Like it's not always and maybe take from a long distance too. It doesn't kill. Doesn't kill to do that.
There
I
was
thought the starting 11 I didn't like. I didn't like the Kefren Turam and McKennie being put together.
that was rotational as well, though.
Yeah.
Which I mean, we play again midweek, Coppa Italia, and clearly we can't take any team for granted. So it's not like we can go and play Calgary.
I kind of understand that. Don't get me wrong, right? And I understand the rotational, but I think it's also the style of play. Whereas I feel like them two are very physical, like very, very physical minded. They'll win the ball and everything, but we need like one midfielder in the pivot that's like technical, that's able to move the ball around, where the other guy's like a lot more physical. And that's what I was kind of talking.
Put Locatelli and Coop in the pivot.
That could work. I'm not taking that for granted. I think that a McKennie Fajoli, I wouldn't have mind. Douglas Luiz, Kefren Turam. I thought that was a good pivot, like putting them together in a way. I thought he did fine for the rest of the game. I thought he had some good chances. Yildiz as a 10 or a false 9. I've been saying that a lot of times. I'm going to continue to say that. Having Yildiz as a false 9. And also putting Nico Gonzalez start. I want to see what he's capable of now that he's been healed.
Mm-hmm. No, it's exciting to see him come back. Okay, I'm trying to find something in English about Dusan here specifically, because that is a big topic. That is the theme of the night, really. Unless somebody did see something, I can show you what I have on Twitter here, which unfortunately, yeah, maybe there's some Italians here. I think we can. So capisco il rammarico per gli ultimi. I don't know. I don't know enough Italian to like. There's a couple of hard ones in there.
Do not expect me to recognize it.
I understand the remarks of the for the results. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough. I'm so bad, and I'm gonna embarrass myself here.
Dude, you're good. Don't even worry about it.
Use ChatGPT, people. If I had it on my phone, it has that thing where you can Google. I don't know what it's called. The lens. Anyways, no, I'm on PC right now, obviously. Okay. Regardless, he was yelling at the Drughi. And the Drughi did come back the next day on Instagram. Well, today is the next day, obviously. You don't deserve the jersey. Leave Juventus.
Yeah. I mean, look, man, fans are always going to be harsh. I was once that stupid fan that would try to say mean stuff, but now it's not worth it. I don't think it's right to do it, but at the same time, he needs to hear the criticisms. And I feel like he can't handle the criticisms. Like he's just there talking crap. And it's like, okay, score your goal and leave, dude. Just let it go.
Here's what I fear is that the next goal that he scores, he does the whole shirt. The shirt is heavy tug. He will. Mark my words, he's going to do it.
I know. No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm not even disagreeing with that part. I just think that it's stupid. Like you're fighting you're fighting with the wrong crowd. You don't need to do any of that crap. Just focus on your game because you're just alleviating that focus for other crap. You're trying to look good in front of other people when you should just be doing this for yourself. You should be like bulking up numbers for yourself, whether you stay with Juventus or not. Personally, and on top of that, you don't want to get your salary down and you're not playing that good. And then now you're doing this and you have the comments that you had for Serbia. It's like you're not beating the case, man. Because here's the thing, sometimes it's just better to just keep your mouth shut. Because if you don't, you can come off as somebody that's toxic in the locker room. And then, maybe an Arsenal that wanted you might want to change their mind and look elsewhere. So just do your thing and play your game and shut up. Just ignore everybody else, because if you continuously focus on external sources like the outside environment, it's going to fuck up your game. It doesn't matter, because whether it's the fans saying something stupid or whether it's a defender saying something stupid, you shouldn't let that get out of your focus. You're a $12 million striker and you need to start acting like it.
So there's a couple things here, and I know it makes me straddle the fence. And I do like to take a side typically, but in this case, the Drughi, and for those of you who don't know, the Drughi, there's multiple ultras, like there's different groups, different factions, if you will. The Drughi is kind of like the big main one that sits right there and makes all the noise. Like they are what you consider like the ultras, the most intense of them, if you will.
Yeah.
So they're the ones that are typically involved with any of the antics that you hear when we say the ultras. That's not to say there aren't other ultra groups, but in this case, we're specifically talking about the Drughi. And yeah, he just had a direct altercation with what could be amounted to a bunch of man children. Because we said this before, right? Like, if you're going out to a soccer game to just like bully things around and just like yell at players or do what, like, and I understand I'm North American and we don't do this in North America. That being said, when the team does not present the fans themselves to the fans afterwards like that. Now, yes, I know my Maple Leafs, they will always salute the fans afterwards. Some teams do it, but it's not like a thing like it is in football where they go up basically face to face right there and just like present themselves to the most hardcore fans. So on one hand, it's kind of insane that they're doing that, but on the other hand, like if you want to represent the fan base, that's also not how you fucking behave. That's fucking shameful. Like just do better. I know we're upset, we're all upset, and you can hold the man accountable, but like there's just better ways of doing it.
Yeah. I don't expect the fans, I don't expect fans to like behave the way they should behave. Yeah, everybody should behave properly, but after a few beers, maybe after a few drinks, you're just going to let yourself
excuse. No, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You should be an adult. They don't care. That's the problem.
Thomas Peccarelli saying, supposedly there were some racist comments, and for him to leave Juve from the Krulova, so he went at them to tell him to speak up. So yeah, if it was racist, and if I was to guess, pure speculation here, probably the gypsy thing, which is again stupid.
Yeah, that's no sense. That takes it too far. Yeah. I agree with that.
But anyways, whatever it may have been, yeah, and that's exactly what I'm saying. Is if that is true that they were making racist from, grow the fuck up. This is why nobody actually respects the Drughi, the ultras, because they act like children. We want ultras. We want your cheering, your noise, your drums, your flags. We want that. We don't want the fucking childish bullshit. Grow the fuck up.
It's kind of like a cult, though. I'm not gonna lie here. It kind of reminds me that of a cult. Now there are worse than the Drughis. Let's not forget about that.
No, there are. Yeah.
Go to South America. Watch a River Plate and Boca Juniors match. You will see it. Sure. You will see hell. It is hell. If you're the away team, it is literally hell. But the thing is, even with the Drugis, now if it's a racist thing, that's a little bit too far gone, and you should be banned for life. Now, if it's something like you don't deserve the shirt, go home, then Dusan needs to just zip it, keep his mouth shut, and then get the hell out. I wouldn't be surprised if the Drugis or the Ultras decided to say some unhinged shit, because I guess
yeah, they have.
I don't put. Here's the thing. Now, what you're saying is not wrong, right? I'm not disagreeing with what you are saying, but the problem is the way I put the standard on any person is I take the stupidest person and then multiply it times 1,000 and think of somebody stupider than that. So I don't expect highly of drunk fans. That's just it. Like it shouldn't be like that. We should take it to a higher standard, but there's always that one idiot that ruins it for the rest of us.
Oh, of course. And at the end of the day, and this is why I'm on the fence. And in fact, this is one of those situations where I kind of want to put both of them in timeout. Like Dusan for snap, like because you are the professional, you are the $12 million striker. Part of your job is knowing when to shut your mouth, and he's failed that test on a few occasions. And the Drughi, I want basically our primary representative of the fan base. I want them to do better and be less racist and don't be a bunch of man children, because you, as an extension, you represent me as well. And I don't want to be represented in that light. That's not cool. So do everyone a fucking favor and grow the fuck up. Both of you. Dusan, Drughi, everyone.
As long as we're not Lazio fans as well. So Lazio takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, we don't have any Hitler Son 66 or whatever. Yeah,
no,
it's not that.
Twitter brain 4chans. Yeah, no, none of that crap. Yeah, no. The thing is, it's like even look, you look at players like Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, right? You look at these guys, and I'm pretty sure they get a lot of shit from fans. Like whether it's from their own fans, like Real Madrid for Cristiano Ronaldo would get booed at times. And then, Atletico Madrid fans would probably call them like mean stuff, like some like homosexual slurs and stuff that you shouldn't say. And they would make fun of Cristiano, but both of them at the end of the day responded with scoring 3 goals a game. Like every game they would score a hat trick, and then just, they would say one thing and walk away. Sometimes, look, if you have to let go of social media, get away from it.
Well, he did, and then he keeps on coming back.
Yeah, just get away from it. Do well. Keep playing. Just play your game. Do your thing. People eventually, fans will change their minds, and just got to move on from that and just continue to focus on your form and not constantly what fans think. Because look, here's the thing: fans will hate you for 90 minutes of the game. And then, it's 0-0 or 1-1. And then you score on the 91st or 92nd, and they're going to forget about the 90 minutes of all your crap that you were playing and all your missed opportunities. They're just going to think about that winning goal. And then
they want to build a statue for you.
That's it. People were like skipping around in the Man City game. We were so happy. And then we're back to this. So the thing is, if you consistently do something good every game, people will forget. That's why you just got to let that go. You can't deal with drunk morons. You can't deal with idiots who just completely, they're just trashing you for, whatever reason, because it's the heat of the moment. You got to let that go. You got to understand it from their side. They're just completely out of their damn element. And yes, you're right. What you said earlier, again, they should behave. Now, if they said something racist, ban them for life. If not, then just carry on.
There's, of course, the politics, which don't really want to dive into the politics. We've done this before. They're kind of like, it's an inside job as well, essentially, right? Like they have political pull. The Agnelli's tried to get rid of them there a few years ago. We brought them back. Listen, it wasn't great when they weren't around. But we also can't stand for this kind of nonsense either, right? So, of course, there's always some middle ground to be found. And that's all. That's all I'm asking is like just for everyone to grow up. I don't want you to go away. I respect what they're there for and what they do. Yes, exactly. All of
I
that.
love the
It's
spirit. I
amazing.
love it. I get it. I like the spirit, but there got to be a point where it's like no racist shit, no unhinged shit. Just and on top of that, the fans are not doing a service for themselves, shitting on Vlahovic all the time. It's not like he will get better after listening to this. They're not
No.
going to get any better.
So let's shift a little bit, talking about the fans in general here of the translation. So this is from Ricardo Maloney.
Mm.
Yeah, not a popular one, but among the Juventus fans are already those who hope for the dismissal of Motta in mid-December, with the team already practically qualified for the next round of the Champions League and fourth place with 3 points. The black and white crowd has become hysterical, moody, panicked, and defeatist. Young team, young coach, there's already a precise setup on the field and with significant room for growth. Furthermore, after a period in which injuries have reduced the squad to the bone, alternatives are returning in all departments. There are difficulties, and they must be faced by Juve with unity and determination. And this, a management and an ownership that will know how to go straight on its path, even against the opinion of certain noisy fans, will be needed. So it's kind of given the two sides there. On one hand, the fans are hysterical, but then on the other, like, we have to understand systems in place, young team, new coach, blah, 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 injuries, all of that.
I could care less what the fans think. I've had fans say flop miners, like they already don't like Cook miners, and they're saying they miss Chiesa. And I'm like,
Okay, no, at that point, it's just like
you're an idiot. Shut up. I don't care.
No, I can't digest that one, because what's Chiesa doing?
Nothing. I don't know. It's like, dude, get away from 2021. It's done. 2021 is over. Stop living in the fucking past. It's done. Like Chiesa's done. Sorry, he has a prima donna attitude. Could have been better. Could have had a good ceiling, but he fucked it up.
Well, let's talk about the prima donna attitude, right? Who else has this prima donna attitude?
Dusan,
And
Dusan. That's
it's
it.
the
Period.
same situation, overpaid, underperforming, and doesn't shut his mouth.
Nope.
These are issues.
I thought of what he said in the post Serbia match. And it was the same thing. I'm like thinking, okay, this is another Chiesa situation. Oh, I want to play with two strikers, not with one. Like, brother, that's not how it works. Like, that's not how the game works. Like, you don't just get what you want. I mean, listen, you know what? I tell, like, you tell this to any player. It's like, okay, just get the numbers, earn your badges, and then fucking talk. But at least now you have no room to talk. What do you have to your name as a Coppa Italia? You don't have anything. There's nothing. You don't have the league. You haven't won the league. You haven't been the league's top goal scorer. You haven't done anything. Like you've scored a couple of nice goals and you had a player of the month. Awesome. But that doesn't dictate the fact that you have a say of how you want to play with a striker or another striker, to say you have a partnering striker. That's not how that works. And plus, we tried that last year and you still didn't do shit. So it's like, what are you saying, bro?
And yeah, that's an excellent point as well. Like, we played a 3-5-2 last year. So what was the excuse last year?
It's just like, just keep your head down, learn who you're playing with, understand everybody, understand all your players, understand their habits, know how they pass, where they pass it, and make the correct movements. And then, score when you get the opportunity or provide an assist. Like, I don't care. Just do what you got to do, but just shut up. I don't care what you have to say. Doesn't matter. Just perform. Keep your head down, perform. And if you start getting Ronaldo like numbers, Messi like numbers, then talk. You bring trophy cabinets to the table. You earn enough respect. Do your thing. Talk your shit. But right now, you haven't earned the badges.
All right, so
Yeah,
we're upset. Our team's not doing great.
no, I'm pissed.
Remember though, you can always be Roma. The Freakins, I love this. I just stumbled upon this. Freakins furious after Roma's defeat to Como, many players to leave in January. So that's from Roma Press. They're like big, one of the big outlets there for Roma, and made They might. We're talking about trying to get rid of Vlahovic. Sounds like Roma's going to have a fire sale. They get rid of Dybala. Do they get rid of? Oh, who else was it? Cristante? They weren't happy with.
Dude,
Oh, this is fun.
You see, you want actually. This is a good lesson for fans to learn. This is a good lesson for fans to learn, and what not to do. We say fire coaches for midseason, fire them quickly. Well, Roma does that, and what has it gotten to them? What has it done? Just more chaos. They want Malta out now. Who are you going to replace him with? What is your plan? What is your backup plan?
Allegri's still looking for a job.
I don't care. I'm fine with Malta. I don't have an issue with him. To be honest, I don't have an issue because I'm okay with the fact that maybe we need to get our ass kicked a few times until we're able to finally understand how to play with one another. I'm fine with keeping Malta. I don't care. If Allegri comes, great, but I do not care. This makes no sense. Just play your game. It's going to click eventually. If not this year, next year. Just let them cook a little bit. They got to gel together a little bit, one game at a time. And I could see, at their best, I see that they can handle Man City. So I think they can be fine once they kind of understand everything, how everything goes into plan. And we'll get some defenders. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, Vlad's saying I think this team needs to lose once. And I almost mentioned that yesterday. No, I did. Sorry, I did mention it yesterday. It was mentioned previously. I think Dave was saying it, German Dave. When we were down 2-1, we just need to get this, just get the loss out of the way, And maybe we do.
I think it's for me, what I see is that we don't focus. We don't focus at all. It's we play with the intensity of we're scared until we get sucker punched once, and then we start playing really good.
Confidence. And I think that's due to not having a whole lot of veterancy on the team outside of Danilo, really, who unfortunately has kind of lost his throne this season, right? So I think that's what it is. It's the leadership within the team. Bremer as well being gone. And it's not the fact that we're just missing the actual presence in a defensive role of Bremer. It's his leadership on the pitch as well. It's having that stalwart commander in the back to command the troops forward. It's more than just, oh, we lost a player. No, we lost a leader as well. And you see it's exactly the reason why we don't stay focused, because you don't have the big guy in the back yelling at you, saying, guys, wake the hell up. Let's go.
Get your ass back to the field. Defend him. Cover him. Or look for somebody in the back. Somebody's open.
Remember when we had Buffon, when he was the backup for Tech? And then whenever Buffon came on, we just did so much better. We were more organized.
Yeah, that's done. That's dusted. Get it out.
No, of course, but it's that effect that one player can have.
Yeah,
yes, Buffon at that point was probably not as good as a goalkeeper as Tech, but the team played better because of that leadership that was involved. With
you're directing. Yeah, you're directing. You're telling people to go there. I feel like with a couple more games, I'll give it to Coop Miners. I think he could do it. I think he could be a good leader, but I just think he needs to get more. He needs a better understanding of the team and the system. And I think once he gets confident, once he's able to get his confidence and get it out of the way, I think he can do really, really well. To me, they just need focus. They need the urgency. Even he's the way that Vlad says it, the urgency. Just sometimes it's hey, we got to score 2 goals so we can kick them in the shit. I think we can be like a Mike Tyson team where we're scoring 1 or 2 goals and then just ending the game early, and then we can play very softball, possession based, just kind of defending when it's needed to defend, in that kind of situation. But we need to be able to score.
So Vlad here, are you making the pitch for Bremer as next Capitano? Again, I'm not in the locker room, so I can't say with certainty who it should be, but I feel like Bremer is one of those people.
I feel Bremer's a bit too quiet. He's too much of a quiet guy. Like,
Well, you can have quiet leaders as well. You don't need the one that yells.
I feel like with this young team, you need somebody. You need a little bit of an asshole.
Yeah, we don't have that. I think that's really what the issue is. We don't have, well, not that type of. We have assholes, just not a style of asshole.
We need a Conte. We need a charisma of a Conte. We need that Conte style asshole that just gets in your face and tells you suck, play better, and you can do better. That believes in you but keeps you accountable when you suck. That's what Dusan needs. Honestly, I think that's what Dusan and Chiesa needed is a guy like Conte that says, "Hey, you're gonna do as I say. If you don't, get the fuck out."
I would actually like to see Chiesa play for Conte just to see what would happen.
I think he would do well. Believe it or not, I think he would do well.
I think he might.
I think more Dusan could do well under him because he's not going to take shit. Like he doesn't take crap whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
That's
saying Gatti. If Gatti wasn't such a goofball, he would be a good captain. But I think there's a level of
he has good elements. Yeah. No. I do think Gatti has some elements, but I feel like Gatti is still young and needs maturing. He just needs a little more maturing as an adult.
I just think his personality is kind of like goofy, happy-go-lucky, right? He's not. I think he is good, has good leadership, and you see that on the pitch. He yells at guys like, "Hey, let's go!" Especially the excitement. It's kind of like Chiellini-esque when making those tackles or whatever. But he's just more of a secondary captain because that goofiness takes the edge off.
I feel like he does remind me a bit of Chiellini a little bit. Like he has some elements to him. Like
when he's 30, maybe.
Prick, yeah. But I think he needs to grow up. That's the thing with Gatti. He will be good, but with Bremer is like he's too quiet for my taking. That's it.
Maybe. Yeah. But again, like it just depends on how you lead. And sometimes the quiet leader. And I don't know what the source was. But something where the quiet leaders are so much more effective than the outward, like in your face leaders, which again, what's the stat?
The thing is like that depends also with the type of players you have.
It does. There's so much chemistry.
You have to put that into consideration. Like for example, I don't think Carlo Ancelotti would do well with players that are young.
No, I don't think so.
That's the thing.
He does do well with players who are young, but there are also young players who are at the absolute top of their game already.
Exactly. He can manage the crap out of guys that are already there, who are at their peak. That's the point. But guys,
you need a certain guy for that. That's why he coaches Real Madrid. Could he coach Como?
Probably not. But he got fired at Bayern. He got fired at Chelsea. He got fired at PSG. He got fired at Napoli. So like he quit Everton, but those are the things. And like the thing is, even with Juve, we didn't start off with Max Allegri to become like very successful. We started off with the likes of Conte when we were at our lowest. And then, an authority figure that kicked the shit out of the players. And then once the players kind of got the mentality, the winning mentality that was needed, and then, Conte leaving in Conte fashion, then you had Max Allegri come in and he kind of he did a great job, a phenomenal job, honestly, maintaining the ship after Conte left.
So one more reminder for everyone of how could always be worse. Manchester City.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have 1 win, 2 draws in the last 11, sorry.
The thing is with Pep, he's never really experienced this.
No.
Never. This has never happened to him. And that's okay. That, times will come. There will be times where coaches face this kind of defeat. He hasn't been used to it, so obviously he doesn't know how to react. So it's probably going to take him. It's going to take him a couple more weeks or so. I do think they will wake up, but I don't think they'll win, but they'll wake up and maybe make it to the top 4. That would be my thing with City. I think they will come back from it, but it's going to take them time to adjust. They've won everything. So what do you expect? Those guys are getting old. They've won everything. They're not as motivated. So yeah, obviously, Pep is feeling that.
Okay, I just found some more information here. This from Albanese. This is going back to Vlahovic. Sorry, I just want to get this out there because I think it's important. We did spend some time on it. So Giovanni Albanese, according to the reconstruction, Vlahovic would have reached to the insults and death threats of a single fan who caught his attention at the end of the game. Was he injured? And under emotional pressure, after having taken the decisive penalty a couple minutes earlier, he was unable to control his frustration. But it was not his intention to go against the fans, to whom, among other things, he is grateful for always having supported him in his difficult moments. The striker wanted to clarify things within the club this morning upon his arrival at the Continassa. And I also have this. He posted this morning saying, I understand the regret for the latest results, and you have every right to express it. I have always respected you by giving everything for the shirt, and I thank you for the support you give us every day. Now it is important to continue to support the team and start again, united all together. Fino alla fine. So I don't know if that's him or his publicists or somebody in the club telling him to write this.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's him or not. I mean, it's the right move. I get it. Yeah, that's the correct thing to do. To lower down the fire, to extinguish the fire, but you can't get over emotional. Like, you have to understand that this is the way fans are. Just walk away unless they attack you, unless they're throwing stuff at you. That's a completely different story. But if it's words, unless it's two things, racist or they're not throwing objects, you're good. You're in the clear.
Vlad asking, does Juve miss Bremer more than City misses Rodri? I feel like City is in a worse situation somehow because they've really fallen apart. Like, we kind of hold things together, whereas City just they're done. They're done right now. That's not to say they won't come back, but just a shell. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rodri is worse.
I'm going to be biased and say Bremer because, boy, we could have had some goals defended and we could have had a couple of 3 points saved.
Oh, it's not to say it's not bad. Of course, it's bad.
It's still bad. I'm just being biased. But yeah, no. The Rodri thing, that was the guys. I think it was me and Dave that were saying, German Dave, that was saying that Rodri should win the Ballon d'Or because he's that damn important to both City and Spain. So I understand what City lost. So yeah, obviously the real answer is Rodri.
Yeah, I think the verdict is out. Okay, is there any points you want to bring up that we missed or anything fun? You're just like, no fun here.
I mean, do you think, I don't know, my opinion is, do you think we're going to bounce back from all of this season, the second half of the season? We find a way to get our shit together and go on like a 3 or 4 game winning streak?
Yeah, I think it'll happen. It will, I think, unfortunately happen once we get eliminated from Europe and the Cup and we have only one thing to focus on.
I think with us is I think for me specifically is to just get into the winning mentality. Maybe hopefully we get I think we get Andres Silva and Hansko, whichever one we're getting. And from there, we can actually do a little more solidifying on our defense. Hopefully, we get Cambiaso back, and then we get majority of the players back, and that could help us. We get rid of Arthur Melo. We get rid of him for good. That would definitely help. And just kind of focus on from there. Just one little bit at a time, but we cannot afford. We're hanging by a thread. That's what I feel like. We're just hanging by a thread. And that's it. Like, we have to churn it around starting next game. If we can't do that, we're screwed. We're unimaginably screwed. That's it.
Yeah. Well, it is a long season. I keep on saying it. We're just match day 16. So like not even the halfway point. It really, I mean, it can of course just completely fall out from underneath us, but I see enough in this team that I'm not really worried yet. I feel like there is something there. We just got to shift into that next gear, get things clicking together, and
no, there is.
There's so many good players. Like who was it? Yeah, LJJ. I still believe we have quality players. We do.
I agree with that. No, I don't disagree with that at all. I don't think I disagree with this at all. This take is great. I just think we need to click. It's just like fitting the pieces to a puzzle. That's it. That's all it is. It's like a puzzle piece that you need to solve. And that really all comes down to which midfielders gel well together, which players gel well. And then from there, you kind of put one after another after another. If we are able to get into a winning formula, we could make it really far in the league and in any other competition. As far as winning it, I'm not 100% sure, but as far as to say competing, being a competitive team, we're there. We have it. We just need to be better at executing.
The execution of it all. So I guess we need to look forward a little bit here because it is the Copa game coming up. And I believe it's a Wednesday. I'm just double checking here because I don't want to lie to everyone.
Right.
Oh, it's Tuesday. Oh, that's coming up quick. Man, it's already Tuesday again. Jesus, this stuff doesn't end. Okay, so Tuesday, 3 Eastern. So that's going to be 9 p.m. Central European. Cagliari. I want to, but I'm also apprehensive to say we should have this. We should have this.
Well, we should have a lot of games. We should have had it last. Should have the last game. I think for me, it's time to play Nico Gonzalez and who else? Douglas Luiz
and Dougie. Yeah. Oh,
they got to start. They need to start playing for Tuesday's game just to get them in gear, get them in motion. That way, he's able to. They're able to play. And then, get them ready for the upcoming games, whether it's the Fiorentina game or the other ones. This week, a lot of upsets happened. So it wasn't just Fiorentina flopped. So we'll see. Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah. Still a little early to, to get the lineups and all that for Cagliari, but we should have it. I hate this.
Yeah, we should, but I think I just have to take it one game at a time.
Yeah,
this should be for the players. Yeah,
they're currently lined up in a 3-5-2. That might work for us. Piccoli, Levumbo, Ogello, Deola, Mancumbo, Adopo, Zortera, Lapertal, Mina, Zappa, and Charlie and Net. It's not a horrible lineup.
No. But I do think this is where I would give players like Mbangula, Fagioli, who else? Nico, Douglas Luiz, game time. Or
Loca got rested. He's starting.
Probably, yeah. Or, obviously you're going to play Perin. Perin's going to play.
Yeah.
There's players like that haven't played yet. They need to get some reps in, some to be able to play, to get some heat in the game. These are the guys I would expect to play in the Calgary game. I don't expect the regular starters. Even hell, I'm even willing to try Yildiz as a false 9. Just saying, would be nice as an experiment.
I was willing to do that more so when we didn't have strikers, when Vlahovic was out. But at this point,
No,
I think
no.
more so put him in as a 10 first. Or yeah, if you do a double striker, put him as secondary striker, something like that. We got to do, yeah, we gotta sort this out one way or the other.
I think Yildiz could do it. I don't know. I think he could do it.
He's
Just
not
something
very
to me.
strong though. I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know if I buy into it.
I think he did well. Look, Yildiz did well against Kyle Walker. Don't forget about that.
He is getting better overall. Yeah, it's
Really well. I mean, come on, we're talking like Walker's no joke.
No, he had a great game in that regard. I did notice the past 2 games, the physicality upped a little bit. I'm just not convinced he's. I mean,
That's why
19, he needs a bit more bulking.
I just think that this would be a good game to test. It's just like a game where he's able to try something, to be able to be creative, to try it. This would be it. Going up against, I think they will probably play their secondary players. I don't think they're going to play all their primary starters, but I could be wrong.
Or they might, because they know that this is a tournament where they can upset and go deep and maybe pick up a little extra money.
They could.
A couple $1 million can go a long way for a team like that, right?
Right.
So,
yeah, no.
It'll be interesting to see. So, I mean, that lineup that we looked out just here, this is from the weekend. This is what they played. They're currently in 18th.
Yeah, that's a prototypical Italian team with a 3-man back. Yeah, no. But I think again, this could be a victory. If this will be a good test for them to be able to execute, to be able to properly execute the match and say, "Hey, we're able to win games." This will be a good. It will be a good test.
Well, here's the thing: we can't tie this one.
No.
so something actually has to give one way or the other.
Yeah. Go big or go home.
Oh, Vince coming in. How's it going, buddy? Coming in towards the end. That's all right. We got the replay's always there. Spotify as well. I think that does it. My voice. I don't know. I need to go to J Medical just to get some like throat lozenges. I can't keep doing this, man. The schedule. Too many broadcasting in cold season here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I'm back in 2 days to do it all over again. Oh, it doesn't end. But no, it's fun. We'll be here. Vince saying replay always. Of course, guys, there's always the replay. But for those of you who have joined in, thank you very much. Please do like and subscribe. Hit us up in all the socials. It means so much. Man, we've been lingering on the sub count. We need some subscriptions. So if you have not subbed yet, what are you waiting for? Just hit the button.
Got to make 10 fake accounts. I don't care. Do whatever you got to do. Tell your mom.
No, because that's actually worse.
I'm kidding.
No, just honestly, just subscribe.
Be creative. Get your parents, your cousins. Just tell them to click that button. It's less than a microsecond away. Come on, let's do it.
No, in any case, guys, we appreciate it. Jeff, of course, always coming in, helping out, having your tidbits of wisdom.
I try.
Helping an old man with no voice.
That's all right. I try. I'm pretty old too. It's okay. Hitting retirement.
Yeah, just a bunch of old men yelling at clouds.
Yeah. We're just mad at the world. I get it.
Flat. You know what, Vlad? We haven't done it.
You just wake up and then your heart is just pumping. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so those moments are crazy.
No Diddy. But for this guy, on the other hand, no.
Festivus, yes. Vince is so excited about Festivus. December 23rd, the airing of the grievances. It's a call-in show for everyone, the whole community. We'll try to get as many people as we can into it.
Sure, I can come in? Or is it like a time limit? I don't know.
The 23rd is a Monday. I thought it was a Saturday. That's dumb of me.
Oh, man.
Well, it's going to be an awkward Monday.
Oh.
But yeah, everyone's invited. If you don't know about Festivus, look it up. I'm sure there are clips. I've seen them on YouTube. A Festivus Seinfeld thing. It's a joke. Any hints on what to expect? Drinking, tomfoolery. it honestly depends on which guests want to come in and talk shit. So more to follow. More to follow. I know I'm dangling a bit of a carrot. But yeah, I always invite people. It's always the 23rd, honestly, is a shit day. But that is Festivus. People are so busy on the 23rd. So I can't make any promises because people typically have to see what their their family situation is that close to the holidays. But yes, it'll be a fun one. It always is.
Depending on what time, though, because I am on I'm coming back from a cruise.
A cruise. You know what? We might do a later show. That's actually not a bad idea if we go a bit later. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we'll have some midnight shenanigans. Okay, you know what, Vince? You're right. I have to get on my ass. I'm gonna lock in some ideas here. Get the boys together. Tell them to get some freaking throat lozenges downrange, and let's go. Because we got some partying to do here. Vince, thank you for kicking us in the ass. It's happening. Yeah, phone calls week out. Phone calls are happening. So, and Vince, you too. I don't think you've ever joined us, so you may as well come on for Festivus. You must. I implore it. Okay. That's enough waffling for now. Anyways, again, Jeff, and you got anything else before we head out?
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you so much. As always, it's been a pleasure. Like, subscribe, and man, Tuesday. I'll see you in 2 days. It's been a pleasure. Peace.
Yep. Later.